And what's up, guys? How you doing today? You rocking out with the one and only Philly Dom. How's it going out there? I'm gonna give you guys some time to get on the live. It's raining out here in New York City, so the vibe is off today. Couldn't go out and record and do what I do. So let's give you guys some time to get on live. Let's see how many people come to this live. Shout out to the Breakfast Club for doing that interview with Mayor Adams and the lawyer Olalami. I hope I'm saying it right. Olalami. I'm gonna call it Olalami. Let's see what's going on with you guys. But after that, all is well with me, man. I'm just sitting here taking care of some business. Took care of what I had to do. So now it's like, let me go live. Let me talk with you. Let you guys talk about this migrant crisis. Talk about this police situation in New York. Because Olalami, I hope I'm saying it right. I'm gonna keep practicing. Was saying that New York is not as dangerous as they make it to be. Even the mayor said it, and she said it's the safest, biggest city in, I think, in the United States. What's going on, Peterson? Good evening, Philly Dom. Good evening, Peterson. What's going on with you? What's going on with you, man? You rocking out with the one and only Philly Dom, man. Anybody watch the Breakfast Club? I know what that show is. A couple days ago, they had an amazing show with the mayor on there. Mayor Adams. If anybody's not from New York, Mayor Adams is the Eric Adams is the mayor of New York City. You know, man, it was a tough interview for him, man. Olalami, Olayemi, she wouldn't let him off the hook, man. She was on him on everything. She's like his biggest hater. It was crazy, man. It was a good interview. I'm gonna, play some little clips from the interview so you guys can hear it. I'm gonna just play it. Like, we're not gonna say it, but I'll let you hear it. RSVP said, "Great interview, but we need better questions." RSVP, what do you think? What did you think of the interview? Do you think the questions wasn't right? I mean, she stayed on top of them. What type of questions do you think she should have asked them? What type of questions do you think she should have asked them, man? But she was on top of them, man. She was every 5 minutes she was bam, 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 man. That was an easy interview for Charlamagne and DJ Envy. They could just sit back and relax. She was on top of them. Girl, what was you gonna say? You deleted your message. You deleted your message. Jeff Noel, what's going on with you, Jeff Noel? What's going on with you, man? What's going on with you? Well, if anybody didn't see that Breakfast Club interview from Power 105, I'll play a little bit of the video here and there, and we can talk about what's going on, man. But after that, all is well, all is good. That's a rough day for me today. I mean, I don't know if it shows in my face. It's just trying to organize stuff, man. The States, man, it's always something in the States, man. I'm a full-time travel blogger, but when I'm out of the country and I'm in other countries, it's different. But the States is, man, the States, you can feel the stress when you're here, man. I can tell you guys that. When you're out of the country, it's different. But when you're here in the U.S., man, you can feel the stress. And me being here these last couple of months in the U.S., man, I can feel it. Charles Gomez, hello, Philly Down. What's going on, Charles Gomez? I'm gonna play some of the interview of on the Breakfast Club with the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, and Olayemi. Hold on one second. Let me play some of that interview for you guys. But how you guys doing today? Good afternoon, good night. Depends on wherever you at throughout this beautiful world of ours. So let me play some of the clips from the interview, man. This was whew, wow. Hold on. Here we go.
Olayemi? Yeah. I think you're right that there is a difference between perception and fact and how people feel about safety and the way people feel about the subways. And I think it's your own rhetoric about the subways that has a lot to do with why people feel scared, despite the fact that millions of people ride the subway every day without incident. But you've continued to fearmonger about crime in the subways. You've added 2,000 police officers, despite the fact that you've acknowledged that the subways are not that dangerous. And I think you're right. Poor New Yorkers should not be the ones who bear the brunt of this, but they will if they already have the subway being turned into a place that they have to fear, that there's a National Guard, that there's a hyper visibility of police, that they're trying to stop people with certain records from even using them, and now you have this congestion price. So how do you reconcile that?
Well, let's go before. First of all, I would love to give me the quotes on my rhetoric because I'm lost on that. Can you give me the quotes?
Oh, that you fearmonger about the subways? You've consistently done that since the day one of your administration. One of the first things you did was add 1,000 officers to the subway because you claimed that the subways are unrideable. You and Hochul did this and said how dangerous it is, and you recently did that when you deployed the National Guard.
Sister, but that wasn't my question. My question was, what was my fear mongering? What did I say?
You continuously say, I could point to a number of videos and quotes and everything from you, but you've said repeatedly that the subways are dangerous, that New York is dangerous. You complain about crime relentlessly. So what I'm saying to you is, if you are saying that New York is the safest city, it's one of the safest big cities in this country, which is true, and you're recognizing that the subway stations are, in fact, not half as dangerous as they're presented to be, I'm saying, how do you reconcile how your rhetoric has played into people's fear?
And not even just rhetoric, I would say the actions. She's right. If you tell us,
which is different.
But it's the same thing, though. You put 1,000 police officers in the subway, 2,000 police officers in the subway. That don't make us feel safe. We think something's wrong if you do that.
Let me peel back again, because you gotta always peel back this stuff. Because oftentimes how you depict.
Oh man, I'm gonna keep playing little pieces of it, man. That was crazy. All right, RSVP said I want to hear his plans to help out Black New Yorkers, like jobs, grants, and housing. He didn't say too much of that, RSVP. You didn't hear none of that in that interview. He was just talking about the card for the migrants, the debit card that they got for the migrants, that they get like $1,000 a month. He was saying that it was a Black company that came up with the idea to do that. And that's what that debit card that they use for the migrants was from a Black company. So he was like, it's helping Black people because it's a Black organization, company, blah, 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 on that line. Because I don't know if everybody heard about, they have the card that they're giving migrants now. They get up to like $1,000 on the card. And he was just saying that it was a Black company that came up with that idea. Girl said back from NYC trip was okay. So he said saw way more African migrants on scooters. It was on the bus. Bus passed by the Roosevelt. Okay. Took Metro North from Westchester County and did not take the subway. We did not need to. Okay. Well, girl, I'm glad you had a good time here, man. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm definitely glad you had a good time. But yeah, I had to talk about the interview. I had to bring it up, man. You guys got to go back and listen to the whole thing, man. It was crazy, man. She was all over him. Another thing that I noticed in the interview, man, politicians are real slick, man. Real slick people, man. Another thing I noticed in the interview was when Adams, when they was asking him about the migrants and everything, he was talking about the migrants and everything. He referred to the migrants living in tent shelters, which is true, which is 100% true. But most of the migrants don't live in tent shelters from what I can see. From me traveling around and doing these videos and going back to different migrant shelters, a lot more of them are in hotels. When you have hotels like the Row NYC, and you have hotels like the Roosevelt, and the list goes on, hotels all in Queens, and office buildings in different places. Not all of them are living in He pointed out the worst scenario for the migrants, and that's the tent facilities. And I thought that was kind of being like tricky or manipulating, because he never mentioned about the hotel shelters and the different things like that. He just mentioned that, that they live in tent shelters and they have a little bathroom outside. So I was like, man, so, I'm noticing politicians are some slick people, man. Let's see what some of these questions that you guys are asking me, man. But, man, all is well, all is good. Oh, man. Text said America is done. Why would you say America is done, man? They'll get through this, man. We've been through some tough situations, like the pandemic, 9/11, and the list goes on. America will get through this. Man, he said, New Yorkers, you got what you voted for, deal with it. Yeah, but man, that's like kind of harsh to say that you got what you voted for. I mean, it affects everybody. It just doesn't, even the people that didn't vote for them, it affects them. So hopefully, they have another election coming up. And when they have that election, it will come up eventually. They make the right choice on who they want to run the city. But like, once again, like I always say, a lot of these problems with the migrant crisis and all that, it's bigger than the state level, it's bigger than the city level. It's a federal problem, man, and I always like to point that because they put a lot of pressure on the cities and stuff like that. And in the interview, Mayor Adams was saying he also was trying to say that the governor of Texas was sending migrants to places where the mayors are black at. He was saying Chicago, he was saying New York, he said something about LA. He was saying that it was a crazy. Bus said Olay is known as a dishonest activist. And in which way is she dishonest? Explain some of it, or give me one examples of something she was dishonest. Ola, I guess it's better to call her Ola. When was Ola dishonest? Hold on for a second. Chance said I got fired. Let me see. Chance said I got fired for no reason and getting no help. Okay, from any of the programs I have asked, emails, stuff, really, but I'll be all right. I'm sorry to hear that, Chance. I'm sorry to hear that. But Bus, man, or Bush, I call you Bush. What are some of the stuff you did? Let me know. And then don't say hi. What's going on, Don? How you doing? Text said people lost jobs, etc. over here, vaccinations, but people are coming here without the requirements. Yeah, you're 100% right about that. You're 100% right about it. Let me see something. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I want to know what the lawyer did, Ola, what she did, that you said she's known as a dishonest activist. Text said people lost, okay. Jay said, okay. Hold on for a second here. Let me, there's so much stuff going on. Let's play some more of the interview. See what you guys think of it. Let's play some more of the interview. Hold on.
It's independent elected also.
And we've been there, and I'm addressing you.
So think about this for a moment. The federal monitor wants to take over Rikers, okay? Rikers has been dysfunctional.
This is a Breakfast Club interview.
I came in, decreased violence, put in real incentive programs for young people there, but I didn't do it from a distance. I went to Rikers and walked the halls and talked with inmates. We're doing workshops and support groups with inmates and find out, what do you need to be here? We instituted real turnaround programs there with the sister that's now the correction officer. That's the Commission of Correction there. So I didn't do like other mayors. I didn't sit back and say, let me just turn my back on what's Rikers. I said to those Rikers inmates when I got elected, I'm coming here, I'm going to see what you're going through. I want to make sure you leave here better than how you got here in the first place. And we started instituting programs to do so. So that same federal monitor, go look at the federal prisons. That federal monitor wanted to take over our prisons after I had it only 2 years and 3 months. No, they wanted to take over my first year. Although crime was going, violence was going down, and people say, "Well, Eric, people are dying on Rikers. Look at how they died. People are coming into."
He's talking about the jail, Rikers Island. That's been a jail that's been around forever. A lot of people, they hold you there before you get your pretrial. That's your pretrial before when you get locked up. That's where they send a lot of people in New York to Rikers Island. They got other places, but they send a lot of people there. But it's been a dangerous place. A lot of people, a lot of problems been happening there. It's always been notorious since I was a young kid. I was growing up in Philly. You always hear about Rikers Island and the problems that they was having there. So the mayor saying that he's did more for that. The New York mayor saying he's did more for that place than any other mayor. So let's keep listening, man. If you guys got any questions, okay. Girl said Chicago is having a bad mess. It was a measles outbreak in the migrant shelters so far. NYC is not saying anything. I think Chicago is having it worse. You think Chicago has it worse? I think New York has. Everybody is in a tough situation, but New York has it worse because they're spending more and more money. The mayor said the mayor of New York said that New York is at $4 billion right now. $4 billion in debt right now as we speak. $4 billion in debt right now as we speak. So it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. But Chicago definitely has it worse. And like I said before, I always give Chicago props because they fight back, man. I give them that. Max Anderson said, "What's good, Philly Don, man? All is well, man. All is well." Just doing this live with you guys right now, talking about what's going on with the mayor. He had an interview, and he talked a little bit about the migrant crisis. I'm gonna get that part too. Let me find that part where he talked about the migrant crisis as well.
As I say, listen, we can't wait until people people break the law. We did dyslexia screening in our schools, and we were able to now catch it and give them the wraparound services they need. So I want to talk about Burger King. So I'm sitting at home, and I look at
Hold on one second.
all they said.
Shoot.
Hold on 1 second. I'm here. I'm gonna look at your questions. 1 second.
That is why the real focus should be on our national government that's saying, why are you doing this to New York? Check out what they're doing. They're doing it to New York. Something every day. It's bad. But when they do something against Eric Adams, it's good. $12 billion in 3 years. $4 billion already. What I said to New York is that
$4 billion already. That's what he's saying.
This issue will bankrupt will destroy our city. This issue.
You called specific countries. I remember you calling with countries that the migrants were from. They weren't the Ukrainian migrants. You weren't talking about them.
So what happens when we don't have money?
Sister, I did not call the countries what they were from. I went to
it's
the
on
country.
video,
I went to
Mayor
the
Adams.
country. I went to Ecuador, Colombia, Mexico to get a full understanding of the flow. I went to the southern border. Just as I went to those brothers in Burger King, I went to the southern border to understand the problem.
I remember you started that tour before you were going to go DC, and when you were going to go to DC to talk to Joe Biden about the migrant crisis, but you were stopped because the FBI had to take your phones.
Good Lord, you just make up stuff.
And did I make that up? That's reported.
Sister,
The FBI didn't seize your phones?
Sister.
The FBI didn't seize your phones?
No.
They didn't investigate your top aides. That's not happening.
What did you just say?
Mm-hmm.
You just
I said,
said,
I remember the tour that you went on when you were going to the border.
So now he's gonna get ready to talk about the migrant crisis and different things. But he just said they had $4 billion in debt, man. Shout out to my boy 215. He said hit the like button. Cash App Philly Dime 75 on this rainy day out here in New York City. Let me pin this comment up here. 215 is a travel vlogger, man, out of Philly as well. Shout out to him, man. Also, he helped me out more than I'll be thinking, man. He be on it. 215 talk about, I have books on Amazon. So he gave the link to Amazon. You can check out my books on Amazon as well. And then 215, he got touch, I had a PayPal as well. So shout out to 215. And then Frank Rios said vote for, I don't know, he's saying vote for Robert Kennedy Jr. and Aaron Rodgers in 2024. Thank you for that, Rio. But yeah, this crisis is out of control. So let's keep listening. Let's see what he's saying, man, on this rainy day out here in New York City. I cut off the lights today, trying to shine something different. Hold on, let me see what's going on.
And when did I come back? I came back because somebody had to take my phone?
Because it stopped. I said, I remember on the day of, I remember it because it was reported.
You got amnesia?
This is The Breakfast Club. Google The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne, DJ Envy. Google it.
Oh, me and the news. Me and the media.
No.
Your phones were seized.
This is important. This is important. I want you to understand the hypocrisy
of the people.
When the law enforcement does something every day, it's bad. But when they do something against Eric Adams, it's good. Come on.
I didn't say that. I said what happened. I didn't say that it was good. I don't think it's good that our mayor is being investigated for illegal campaigns. I don't think that's good.
I came back because of not that they had to take my phones. That is not true. And you should.
I said it happened that day.
No, it did not happen that day.
I said it was reported before you were going that you were under investigation. Yes, it was, Mayor Adams.
It was reported wrong.
Where your phone? Did the FBI seize your phone? Did they search your top aides?
Not that day.
Did they search the home of several people? Okay,
Yes.
that's what I said,
Okay.
and I didn't say that was a good thing. I don't think it's good that our mayor is being
there you
investigated
go.
by the
Okay, go
FBI.
ahead.
So, ma'am, so what happens when New York City doesn't have the money for migrants?
Mhm.
And then,
Great
the
question.
migrants are in this city, and they probably have to do what most poor people have to do, which sometimes resort to crime.
Right.
How is that going to make the city safe?
Right. And that's part of the problem.
Yeah,
Imagine having a group of people 18 to 24 years old and being
That's what we
told
say about the
you
migrants.
can't do anything all day. When you go to these hercs and you're seeing these young people, and I walk in and I talk with them. Some of them come from West Africa, South America, Central America. All they're saying is, man, we just want to work. We don't want to sit around here all day and not do anything. That is why the real focus should be on our national government that's saying, why are you doing this to New York? Check out what they're doing. They're doing it to New York. They're doing it to Chicago. They're doing it to Los Angeles. They're doing it to Houston. What is the same in all those cities? All black mayors.
Wow.
All black mayors. And so what we're saying, same thing that I'm going through here, my brother Johnson is going through. My sister Bass is going through. My brother Turner is going through. So our folks, what they wanted to happen, Governor Abbott wanted to happen, we're going to turn these cities against their mayors. We're going to create this environment where they're all going to go against their mayor. Go Google what they're doing to my brother in Chicago. Go Google what they're doing to...
He's saying somebody has it out for the mayors, the black mayors in the U.S. That's what he's saying. Frank Rio, man, you're a clown, man. I'm going to have to dismiss you. Give you a 24-hour timeout, man. You a straight-up clown, man. You're a straight-up clown, my boy. Nobody talks about Big Hawk on my watch, man. He's a straight-up clown. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. You got a 24-hour timeout, man. Enjoy yourself. Anybody else want to join the block party with Frank Rio, let me know. A true clown. Okay, Don't said I was until I saw his video. What do you mean I was until I saw his video? Explain yourself a little bit more. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Once again, everybody hit the like button. Thank you for supporting your boy, the one and only Philly Dom. Please explain what you're saying. Let's keep going. See what he's saying here. Text said mayor. Oh, you was for the mayor or against the mayor? What you saying? What you saying? What's your take on this, man? You for the mayor? I call him the NYC Migrant crisis mayor of New York City, Eric Adams. Were you for him, against him? Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Explain what you're trying to do. What's your take on this? What's your take on this? Explain it to me, man. We're gonna be here for a while. None said hi. What's going on, None? Text said against the mayor in Houston, and Text said against the mayor in Houston and NYC. And then Max said NYC crime is a major problem because the criminals are getting released without bail. The bail reform system is the problem. Yes, indeed it is. And that's something they do need to work out. So to me, that's why New York is still dangerous. The mayor, the lawyer, Ola keeps saying like, oh, New York is a pretty safe place compared to other cities across the United States. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Philly is a rough city for sure. We got a lot of crime going on. It's out of control. None say he needs to be voted out. It seems he can't handle the migrants nor the citizens. And the way the lawyer was talking is that he keep the city in fear and keep, glamifying and glorifying the crime situation, so he can use that to try to get reelected next term, because he's trying to keep the people in fear. Because like I said, on one end they saying like everything's all right in New York, but they added more people in the subway. But I do know they had a couple, incidents down in the subway. That's why they did that as well. So I'm trying to see what his angle is, maybe to try to help him get reelected for the next term. I don't know what his angle is. Text said the new mayor just came out and said the city of Houston is broke. Please explain how cities goes broke. I mean, helping, like New York is going broke. New York is $4 billion in debt because they're helping. The migrant crisis is really hurting them. And it's cutting into, what they have for their homeless and their elderly and their military vets. None say he's not going to be voted back in. Business and people getting out of New York. Yeah, I don't think he'll get voted back in because they got a lot stacked against him. I'm not saying the migrant crisis is his fault, and I feel for the situation he's in and everything. I think the people in New York are looking for a change. They're looking for somebody else. So too much has happened during this administration. And I'm not saying all of it's his fault. He didn't bring the migrants up here on buses and stuff like that. But he's like the scapegoat. So, and then people don't trust him. A lot of people think he's lying. They think he's a manipulator. Like I said, I'm real versed with the migrant crisis situation. And when he talked about where the migrants were staying, he just talked about the tent facilities. He didn't talk about the hotels and the other different places. And I thought that was kind of odd. He picked the worst case situation for the migrants, being in a tent facility where, where they do have to go outside for the bathroom and, dealing with the weather elements, not inside the tent, but you got to move around. If you're in a hotel, you can stay there all day. The bathrooms there, everything is there. So He's really in a tough position, I'll tell you that much. And that lawyer, Ola, she was all over him, man. She made sure, man, he'll never forget that. He'll never forget that interview. He'll be 50, he'll be 20 years from now. He'll still remember that interview, man. That was crazy. No, said, but yeah, he's definitely going to get voted out. White, what's going on with you? Yeah, she was not playing. Lots of that. Yeah, White, she was not playing. She was all over him, man. Like she's like, wham, wham, wham. She was right down his throat, man. I usually don't even do these type of videos, but it's New York City is a part of the migrant crisis, and they talked about the migrant crisis, so I had to talk about it, man. It was crazy. Joe Jones. Joe Jones. Who else wants some of you crazy, man? Gay said there are politicians, patting themselves on the back about what a great job they're doing. Yeah, that's true. And then Tex said, how does Houston, NYC, LA, Philly, and the list goes on, and they all have three things in common: high crime, high taxes, and high homelessness. Seems to me this is by design. In text, I mean, somebody in the live, I don't know, Adams was saying that. He was saying these are all black, all these cities have black mayors. Could somebody let me know if the mayor of LA is black? I think they said it was the first female mayor in LA. He's saying that she's black. He's saying the mayor in Houston is black. I know the mayor of Philly is not black unless I'm uneducated and I don't know what's going on. Somebody let me know. The mayors of all them states, are they all black? I just want to double check what Mayor Adams is saying. Somebody Google it and check it for me real quick. Rita, what's going on with you? Hello from the heart of Illinois, USA. Shout out to Illinois, USA, man. Yeah, Chicago is definitely going through it. Yeah, that's a good question. Celtic, who pays for the $4 billion? We the people. That's who pays for it. That's who pays for it. They can raise your taxes. Text said yes, the majority of them are, but their policies are destroying this place. Yeah, I agree. Yes, indeed they are. Then Facts said, wow. Okay, I'm trying to see. The crime was this bad when they received 30 million amphitheater. Why would they need that? I'm not sure, man. Only the politicians can talk about that, man. Only the politicians can talk about that, man. Only the politicians can explain themselves, man. Let's listen to some more of this. This is a rough one, man. Hold on, let me get it on.
Sister Bass. So the cities have now turned against these black mayors that are making real change for the first time.
By over-policing black people.
And they're using this to say, okay, these black mayors are not competent. They can't run their cities. They're getting everything to the migrants and asylum seekers. This was a perfectly executed plan that we are buying into.
To make black mayors look bad.
Exactly. And when we're doing just the opposite. I inherited a city that was in disarray. Disarray. And no matter how much you do your analysis, you got to walk away with, this brother got more private sector jobs in the history of the city. We reached that point. This brother had his bond rating increase. 40% increase in crime when I came in. We now dropped those crimes. 13,000 guns removed off our city.
Man, I don't know if he's telling the truth. I don't know if he's lying. I don't know all the hardcore facts. Shout out to Darkstar44. She said, hey, you all, what's going on with you? Hold on. Darkstar44. You want to come on the live for a little bit? Let me know. I know you in Texas, but you are from that area, from that tri-state area in New York, Connecticut area, talking about the mayor of New York, man, because he's saying a lot of stuff, so I'm not sure if it's true or he's making it up or he come off. I mean, after this interview, he manipulates stuff. So we have Dark Star 44 come on. I'm gonna let you hear some of the interviews. Adam is just lying now. Celtics says Adams is just lying now. Hold on for a second. Let me okay, Dark Star, I'm gonna put you on there. Hold on, let me do this. Hold on. I'm gonna try to let you hear some of the interview. I don't know if you heard that interview, Dark Star, from the Breakfast Club. I can, give you a little rundown on what's going on. Hold on one second. Let me take that one off. Hold on, there we go, man. You rocking out with the one and only Philly Dime. Okay, I got it locked in over there. I'll bring it back. Okay, Dark Star said just came in. You need time, Dark Star? Let me know. You want to come on the live and talk a little bit? Or you need a little bit more time because you say you just came in. So I'm figuring you may have came in from work. Let me know. We got plenty of time. Lachey said, I don't agree with much of what the co-host said, but I don't like Adams either. Okay, Dark Star 44, not a problem. Take your time. You let me know when you're a little settled down. You let me know. Rita said, welcome. I just got here myself. Okay, cool vibes, Rita. The Celtics said race should no ever be involved. Racists should know not to ever be involved. Well, yeah, that's what he was saying. He was putting he played the race card. He said that they were putting a lot of pressure on the mayors of the black city. That's what he said. Rita agree 100%. It's not always about race. I hear you. I hear you on that, Rita. I hear you. Yeah, he was. Woo. They said a lot, man. It was a lot said. Hold on, let me see if I can let you guys hear some more of the interview. I'm just taking bits and pieces of it. Let's see if we can. Fact said there's a video of the Atlanta mayor trespassing in that home. Wow. Family said they're linking their pockets. They're lining. I guess they're lining. They're not linking. They're lining their pockets up. Also, Lachey said, for instance, she was basically arguing there is no migrant crisis. Yeah, she did say that. That was kind of crazy. She said they had the money to pay for the migrant crisis, and it wasn't no migrant crisis. That was Ola. That was a lawyer. I actually subscribed to her channel. She got a YouTube channel. She got a podcast. She got a whole bunch of stuff going on. She's a lawyer, activist and all that. But that was kind of crazy. And then she said something about with the police situation. She was saying, that was kind of crazy. But she's a lawyer. Lawyers are, you got to be like cutthroat type person. Pretty boom, 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 and just stay on your facts. So yeah, she was all over him. He didn't have a chance to breathe, man. She was just she had everything ready. And it was all over the top of her head. She didn't even have to look anywhere. She said she's like one of his number one haters. Shay said, yeah, I was watching her too. Yeah, Olay, yeah. For instance, basically, yeah, that's true, Michelle. That is 100% true. It was a crazy how she went back and forth with him on everything. But yeah, the migrant crisis, that was kind of confusing to me too as well. But let's play some more. Let's play some more real quick. I'm not used to doing these kind of videos, but I gotta learn, man. This is my career. This is what I do full time, content creator. So I gotta learn to talk about these different subjects and different topic matters. So I apologize if I'm not too versed with the marriage situation. I'm more versed about the migrant crisis and everything like this. But this is, this goes hand in hand with the migrant crisis as well. Let's see. Gary Gay said, look at Denver. Majority is white and the city is going down the drain. Yes, indeed. He didn't mention Colorado. I was interested. He didn't mention Colorado.
Say in this that New York is the safest big city, while simultaneously you are the one sensationalizing the
I
crimes.
point out facts.
Which is the facts? Is it safe or is it not?
All I know is when I came in office and I stated that I wanted to I'm not allowing people to sleep in tents on our streets. They're going to get the care that they deserve. The far left attack.
No, we attacked you because you made it so that people could be involuntarily committed.
Yes, and Bob, listen, if I'm sitting down with you, brother, and I'm in a tent with you or an encampment, and I'm seeing human waste in the corner, I'm seeing stale food, I'm seeing drug paraphernalia, and I'm hearing you talking about you only here until the spaceship comes to take you to your next planet. You need to be involuntarily committed.
Didn't I just say about sensationalized kinds of stories?
This is what I saw.
Yeah.
This is what I saw.
He said selection. Oh God. Yeah, it's part of being a politician, man. This is interesting. I'm gonna keep going.
You were there? Because the activists that were actually there at the encampments you had torn down, you weren't there, but they were there when they were being arrested.
People are also upset that they feel like too much money is going to migrants and you're cutting too many programs, right? They're saying you're cutting the pre-K funding.
170 million.
They're saying that you're cutting so many different funding for other people.
Love this question, brother.
So people are feeling like, they never have money for us, but as soon as migrants come in the country, they find money.
And listen, people have a right to be angry. You know who's even more angry than they are? I am. I've been to Washington 10 times to talk about this subject. So people got a right to be pissed off of what they're doing to New York City.
How can we fix that where these, you cut a lot of programs.
170 million.
But hold on, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
He's saying they're cutting preschool programs because of the migrants. Oh man, this was a tough interview for him on the Breakfast Club, man. Unbelievable. Philly said, been watching for a while. Now it's about the money. Follow the money. Yeah, it must be about the money, man. It must be about the money because this is. I'm at a loss for words, man. Max said, Philly down for mayor 2024. I don't want to be a mayor any place, man, but I'm just trying to, let you guys know what's going on. This is connected to the migrant crisis as well. Warriors said, what's going on, Philly, my man? What's going on with you? Warriors. The Warriors said the migrants got arrested with guns and drugs and got released without bail. That's true. I don't know what incident that is, so I can't say if it's true or not. I didn't hear nothing about where did that happen at? Let me know. And then the Celtics says sounds like they're going to go. Go, yeah, it did sound like it, but she's like one of his number one haters. She said it. I went on her channel. She talked about it. Rita said, I think Denver is going down because of the liberal progressives. Yeah, and the lefties. Then the Warriors said, it's true. Just happened last night in NYC. I'll check into the story, man. I'll check into the story. I just want to make sure, I'm facts when I say it. I'm gonna check into it. So I know you're telling the truth, but I'm gonna still check into it. Text said, go back and watch the first movies to a city near you. The Warriors said, yep, the Bronx. Okay. See, he knows. Because the news now, some stories they suppress. It happened in the Bronx. And what happened exactly? What happened exactly in the Bronx with the the migrants, they were like caught in a drug raid. What happened? What happened exactly? Somebody give me just give me a little bit of the story so I understand what's going on. What happened? I love this chick because it lean back. Oh yeah. What happened? Let me know. Sorry to hear that happened to the Bronx. And then QKT underscore family. He's lying. What is he lying about? Let me know. That's why I said I gotta check it for myself. What happened? What happened with the because okay, ops raided and now I said ops raided, the word said the raided the house. They were all squatting at and found okay. Drugs and weapons there. The warrior said, and they just let them free. Nothing. Well, Mayor Adams said they don't have the power in the city to report them to ICE and stuff. So I'm gonna check into that story. Rita said, I don't believe anyone anymore except maybe Philly Dom. Lots of laugh. I don't know. I gotta let me double check. I'm gonna go on my phone now and try to see why I didn't know about that story. Migrants and I gotta check on it right now, man. You put me on the spot, so now I gotta check it out. Yeah, I see it. It is a story on it. Let's play the story real quick so I can see what's going on.
Excuse me, would you mind taking a picture of us?
Let me see what's going on. Yeah, let's see. We'll check into it, man. You know, yeah, we check everything. Let's see what happened. Hold on. Developing story, that's why.
Norwood section right now. Sonia, good afternoon.
Norwood section of the Bronx.
Good afternoon.
They said they're in the Norwood section of the Bronx. Let's hear what they got to say.
Michelle, yeah, 8 migrants under arrest and now facing charges after police responded to a call here on Hull Avenue last week. The police found guns, drugs, and a child inside the basement of this home right across from a school, a home the migrants were living in as squatters. This surveillance video obtained by Eyewitness News shows police moving in. They were responding to a call about a man with a gun that chased one man into the basement. He's identified as 24-year-old Hector de Souza Villata, believed to be a migrant from Venezuela. A second man, identified as 22-year-old
The Venezuelans keep coming up every time, man. Wow. The Venezuelans keep coming up.
Alborno tries to flee but is arrested. Police say he also had a gun. 4 of 8 suspects arrested here on Hull Avenue last week can be seen here with police walking them out. They are facing weapons, drugs, and child endangerment charges because police say there was a 7-year-old child staying with them. Since then, the NYPD says 6 of them have been released, including 1 already charged in another case.
2 of the people with the guns had open cases. 1 for attempted murder in Yonkers, and 1 walking around with an open gun at Diamond walking around.
After obtaining a search warrant, police say they recovered 2 more loaded guns and ammunition, as well as drugs, including ketamine mixed with cocaine. A neighbor tells us the landlord has been struggling with squatters.
Didn't know who was staying there or not staying there. And, you know, the owner of the building had a hell of a time trying to get them out. You know, how they got in, I don't know. But once they were in, because of New York City's laws regarding squatters,
That's crazy.
he couldn't get them out without.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, nothing about it, man. I was focused on some other stuff. They had some family business to take care of. So I was like, focused in and, right on that, trying to get that done, razor focused on that. But that's why I do these lives, man. We keep doing them so we can get new information. That was crazy, man. That's crazy to hear that, man. They said it's still developing to some more information. But they were saying one of the guys that was there, he had a weapon. Let me send this to Big Hawk, man. Let me send this to Big Hawk. So this is wild. A lot of stuff got to change in New York City, man. This is wild. Did you guys see what happened? I'm gonna send this to Hawk right now. I'm gonna send this to Big Hawk right now. Hold on. Here we go. Celtics said there's hundreds of those houses. Wow. But I know in Ohio, it was they caught up with a migrant in Ohio because he was on TikTok and he was telling people how to be squatters and to live in places and stuff like that. And they caught up with him in Ohio and he's arrested right now. It's a lot going on, man. It's just like nonstop news with this migrant crisis. It's just like nonstop. And once again, the Venezuelans pop up again. Like I said, not all Venezuelans are bad or anything like that, but they pop up. Let me see what Big Hawk said. Let me see what he said. Yeah, Big Hawk said he just did a video on there, man. So shout out to Big Hawk. He said he did a video on there. Yeah, QKT_family. He said, check it out, Philly. Yes, indeed. Well, Big Hawk, I don't know if you're home, man. You want to come on the live for a little bit? We got Dark Star 44 coming on the live. You can come on the live a little bit. I was talking about Mayor Adam, with the interview we did on the Breakfast Club, but now this spiraled into some, this incident, man. You want to talk about it? Because I'm actually live right now. I just went live. Well, I've been live for a little bit now. Text said, just wait until they get organized. NYC will have a big problem. Big problems, yes, indeed. I agree. I got my other friend that's Venezuelan, and he told us the same thing. He said, we have not seen nothing yet. They still trying to, feel their way through. So yeah, you're 100% right. The Warrior said, man, they the luckiest people around attempting, doing what they doing. Yeah, wow, that's 100% and release. Whoa, unbelievable. But the mayor, he was talking about it on the Breakfast Club interview, that he couldn't lock them up and stuff like that. Let's see what Big Hawk said too. We have a lot of people here today. Okay. We call him Big Hawk right now about that one. Big Hawk.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I didn't know too much about that because I was taking care of family problems today, some family issues, some stuff I had to take care of, so I couldn't even, do my little due diligence or research. So that happened yesterday.
When you talk, I did the video on that. Yeah, I did the video.
Well, explain to them on the channel what happened. Yeah.
Well, we got caught squatting.
Okay.
There was like 8 of them. They just arrested 3 of them today. They got caught with paraphernalia. They got caught with some GUNs. So they was definitely found out they was illegal migrants again.
They brought up the name. Yeah, we heard it. Yeah, we heard it on the news. I played the little news clip of it, and the news brought up the Venezuelans again.
Yeah, it was from Venezuela. It's really making Venezuela look bad.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's making Venezuela look bad.
Have you been waiting to apply for disability benefits?
So it's really making Venezuela look bad right now. Horrible.
Wow.
Horrible. And it's every time we turn around, it's these gang members. It's not regular Venezuelans.
No,
it's
it's not good. It's the ones again. Well, the president cleared out his jails, and they all beeline to the U.S. So that's what we get. So that's why, man, they really, man, I'm at a loss of words because I've never seen nothing like this in the U.S. before. Like, they like inviting crime into the country. Like, I've never seen nothing like this.
Yeah, there's a couple of Venezuelans that work in our park, and they don't want to be a part of this, man. They really don't.
No, most Venezuelans are good people, so of course, they don't want to, and it's like making them look bad. But this is what happens, this is like back in the day with the Mario boat lift when they cleared all the Cubans that were in jail out, and they was all like running in the streets of Florida, Miami, and all through Florida. So it's sort of the same. This is the same type of situation.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Peace to everybody on the chat right now. Peace to everybody that's on the chat right now.
Yeah. And it was scary because some stuff that I heard in the chat, well, Celtic said it's not going to get better anytime soon, but I think it was Celtic or somebody else in the chat. Celtic. He said it's not going away no time soon. But what I'm scared about, what he's saying is, and somebody else said something in the chat that was real profound. They said that we basically ain't seen nothing yet. It's going to get a lot worse than this because they're not even organized. They're not even organized yet. They're not like, the gangs are not organized like gangs in the States. So he was saying they're not even organized. Once they get organized, it's going to be a lot worse. So it's crazy, man.
It is.
It's crazy. And then on the Breakfast Club, on the Breakfast Club interview with your favorite mayor, Mayor Adams. Yo, I said your favorite mayor, Mayor Adams. Yeah. Charlamagne from the Breakfast Club said something too. He said something that was like that I had to think about for a minute too. He was saying that these people are getting desperate because they're not working in anything like this, and a lot of them are young. He was like, all this is going to do is bring more and more crimes in New York, and the mayor didn't really have nothing he could say to counteract that. What he said.
When it's his own fault, he was the one that invited him.
No, he didn't invite him here. No, he didn't invite him here. He didn't invite him here. They talked about that on the Breakfast Club. He said they were sent up here and he had to take them. He said they didn't invite them here. He said New York is a sanctuary city, but he said they didn't expect nothing like this. He said they had no choice but to let them come because that's like if they denied them, that's breaking the law. That's breaking the law. It's all in that interview. He said that in the interview. That's why they know what he was saying. Was he telling the truth or he was lying about a lot of stuff?
He's always taking. Come on, we'll hook him up. Like this guy, man, he's something else. He gets on the news today, and he says that the crime rate in New York City is down. Are you crazy?
Yeah, that's what he said on the. He said that, and the lawyer that is like his number one hater, Ola. She said the same thing, that the crime rate is the New York crime. They saying out of all of, they saying you guys have the less crime than all the other cities. That's what they saying, man. I don't know. Let me pull it up. Let's pull it up. Somebody pull up the facts. Let's pull up the facts, man. But the lawyer said that too. The lawyer that was against him said it too. Ola, her name is Ola. She said it too. Let me see. Top. They said.
Let me turn around the crime going on here. Come on, man. Come on. Every day. The 30-year-old kid, the 30-year-old man that just got killed in the store. He was just trying to buy a bag of potato chips. How do you die walking in the store and you don't have nothing to do with somebody's beef? And you get shot.
What happened?
There was a whole bunch of people in the bodega. They was dancing and having a good time. This knucklehead comes in and approaches one guy tries to rob him. Now the guy, that innocent guy that was killed, was unalive.
Yeah.
He's buying a bag of potato chips. He don't know what's going on. The guy is struggling with the other guy, shoots the gun off, and he dies. He gets shot for no reason.
Wow.
How do you die over a bag of potato chips, man? He didn't know what was going on. And he just walked in the store, and the guy that was, going at it with the gun goes off and shoots the other guy in the thigh. He dies the same day.
Wow. I'm looking at the things, the 10 most dangerous cities in America right now is, they say Detroit, Michigan, Baltimore, Maryland, St. Louis, Missouri, Oakland, California, Memphis, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama, Cleveland, Ohio, New York. I thought Philly would make that list, but we're not even on that list. I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to check and let me see what list they have. But that's what's going on. Make sure you guys hit the like button.
I think this is going on. To me, in New York City, this is what's going on, man. They're trying to hide the fact there's a lot of crime here, but because New York City is a place where
tourism,
vacation,
and tourists
stuff
come.
like that, they don't want to put it up there.
They don't want to scare away the tourists.
They don't want to put it up there. Yeah, it's a tourist attraction. So of course they're not going to put it up there. They know it's dangerous. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Every day somebody's out there. They know what's going on there.
Yeah, somebody said Philly down the list I pulled up. They was like the list is not good because they was like Philadelphia is not on that list, and Philadelphia is a dangerous city. So he was like, yeah, I don't know why, but but they trying to save the cities because of tourism and stuff, I guess.
Yes. Remember, either Philadelphia or New York City is where people want to go and visit. They know this, so they gotta sugarcoat stuff.
Yeah,
oh, man, come on, bro.
New York wasn't on the list either. New York wasn't on the list either.
Brother, they fucking, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. They are so, these people are so horrible. They're lying right through their teeth. They know this.
Yeah. Let me see.
It's so horrible.
Hold on 1 second. Max said majority of NYC people think it's better to vote blue no matter who than to vote red. He's saying no matter what people want to vote blue, they don't want to vote red. No matter who's in office.
Shame, bro. Well, they better start voting red, man. They better start voting red very quick.
Yeah.
Because a lot of tourists said they're not coming here, man.
Yeah, well,
a lot of tourists is canceling their trip.
They just said it.
They
just said it. Celtics said NYC won't have tourists this summer, and then the Warriors said the summer is going to be deadly in New York.
Oh yeah, it is. I'm telling you what's about to happen. What's about to go down. I'm telling you what's about to go down. It's going to be terrible in New York City. Terrible.
Wow.
Either people are there, people are getting pushed on the train tracks. Come on, man.
Yeah.
They need to stop this, man.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. So he was on the Breakfast Club, man. The mayor, I ain't know if he was telling the truth about some stuff, but he did say the city's at $4 billion in debt now.
Oh yeah.
He said they on
we're in debt.
He said $4 billion in debt.
Oh yeah, we definitely in debt, man. Hey, from Puerto Rico, what's going on, Nally? What's going on?
Nally, what's going on, man? Nally, thank you for the cash app. I received the cash app today. Nally, thank you.
We gotta go visit her, man. We gotta go to Puerto Rico visit her, man.
Yeah, she sent me a cash app.
We gotta go to Puerto Rico, do some filming down there, man.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. Oh man, hold on.
New York is more than trouble. New York it's over for New York City. It's a wrap, man.
Yeah, Dark Star 44. So I can't believe that they caught some more migrants doing squatting and having weapons. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable.
It's going crazy, man.
Yeah, but I say go back, man. Big Hawk, go back and listen to the interview with him. He answered. They asked him some questions, and he answered. He was saying he wasn't the one that bring them here and stuff. This is crazy. What's going on? Dark Side 44 said NYC is in trouble. Nally said, chilling, how are you doing? You're welcome. Beautiful hair, come on. One of these days, Nally will come out there. I've been to Puerto Rico before. I'll come again one of these days.
We got to go out there. We got to go out there. She can show us around. We can do some video recording. We got to go out there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How you feeling, Big Hawk, as far as health-wise?
I'm still a little sick. My job sent me home today at 1:30.
Okay.
My chief of security said, listen, you're one of our best workers. Your anniversary's coming up. So you are not to come back to work until Tuesday.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
They won't come back to work until Tuesday until I feel better, man.
Yeah. That's cool.
They always worried about me. My chief of security, everybody was worried about me. They love me at that job, but they say, you're one of our best people. Are you kidding me, man? Take off till Tuesday. Come back Tuesday.
Wow, they call it the rotten apple. Dark Star 44 said more like the rotten apple.
It is a rotten apple. That's the name we gave it. That was the name back in the days.
Yeah.
That was the name we should give you. We called the rotten apple. It's really bad, man. It's horrible right now. Horrible.
Yeah, so I couldn't believe that the lawyer said it. The lawyer said it, and Mayor Adams, they're trying to say it's safe.
Because they're living in a fantasy world, because they know that New York City brings a lot of tourism, and they don't want to, make it look bad. That's what they do.
They don't want to
mess it up. People, bro. People need to stop it. They really need to stop lying. They need you. They got to cut the crap already. They really do.
He said this is causing problems. Yeah, they wow.
Listen, I still love New York too. Dark side, I still love you. I was born and raised here. It's not New York that's bad. It's the people. It's the type of people here that's bad. New York is just here. Mm-hmm. It's who comes in and resides in New York.
Okay.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
That is the problem. You remember, New York is just here, just standing. It's these people, it's the new New York that's horrible. That's the problem.
Yeah. I still got love for New York too, Dark Star 44. I got love for New York as well, man.
It's crazy. This whole thing has been bonkers, man. They know it's crazy. This whole thing crazy, so.
Wow. Yeah, man. This is
man, he needs to go already. He got to go. He got to go, man. Like, he needs to go ASAP.
He said he got 2.5 years in. He got 2.5 years in, so.
He's giving me a headache, man. Just looking at him gives me a headache, man.
Yeah.
Just looking at him gives me a headache, man. Crazy as hell, man. Yeah. I'm going to try to eat something.
Yeah, get something to eat, man.
I have not really been eating because, the flu. So I'm gonna try to make me I bought me some wraps. I'm gonna make me a lettuce, spinach, onions, tomato.
Okay.
On a whole wheat wrap with some cheese, and that's it. I'll eat some veggie wraps. Yeah, and some water.
Nothing wrong with that,
some
man.
seltzer water.
No, take care of your health, man. Take care of your health.
Of course, you know I am, man. I'm monetized now. I got my new brother. I got you, so we gotta start traveling, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
We gotta go for y'all. We do.
Yeah, we will.
Oh yeah.
Are you going out tomorrow? We're gonna go out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'll call you to meet up with you so I can go get my thing for my new camera.
Okay.
And then we gonna go to headquarters later on.
Okay, so just give me a time. That's all.
Yeah, and I'll just meet you, no doubt.
Dark Star 44 said. Dark Star 44 said get some. Get some hot and some hot and some I guess you want to get some like kind of soup or something, man.
Right, get some vegetable soup or some fish soup. Yeah. Thanks a lot, dog, son. Thanks a lot. And I'll hit you back later on tonight.
All right, no problem. I'm gonna see if Dark.
Salute to everybody.
No problem. Salute. Dark Star, you want to come on now? It's up to you. You want to come on there now? On this rainy day out here in New York City, I don't know what the weather is out there. Salute to the big call. Okay, Dark Star. I keep saying Dark Star 44. Dark Star 44. Hold on. Let's see what she got to say, man. It's a rough situation going on. Here we go.
Hello.
How you doing, Dark Star 44? Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
How's everybody in the chat doing?
I guess they doing all right, man. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. You know about the Breakfast Club too, right? You watch the Breakfast Club too.
Yeah, I occasionally get to see some of the interviews on the Breakfast Club.
Okay, yeah, they had the mirror on there. Oh my goodness, he got chopped up. It was pretty bad.
Just even the 5 minutes or so that that I heard when I came in, it was like, dude, really?
Yeah.
It's like, you really honestly think that the American public is stupid?
No, they on to him. They are on to him.
Just like Chicago. Oh, we don't have the ability to get rid of the migrants, and they wouldn't even allow the people into the city council meeting for them to tell their councilmen to vote against it and to get rid of sanctuary city status.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
And they were like, oh, we didn't invite them here. They were sent to us. You're a sanctuary city.
Yeah, that's what
President Biden had been flying people into the major cities, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. He had been flying them in by plane. The airlines were aware of it. The airlines were getting paid for it by the federal government. They were being bused in Texas by FEMA buses as well as the Department of Prisons being bused to the airports.
Wow.
The state of Texas doesn't have any jurisdiction over that.
Who was flying them in? Who paid for the flights out of Texas?
Federal government, Delta Airlines.
Wow.
Delta Airlines is the number one airlines that is utilizing their planes to fly them off the southern border.
Wow.
In fact, JRL went to El Paso's airport. Went into the airport to find out what planes they were getting on.
Wow.
He went to Arizona to one of the Christian charities and was talking, he's got minor Spanish like the rest of us, Spanglish as we call it. And I got my plane ticket. I'm going to New York. These people, when they come here, they're being coached.
Where to go?
They are being coached by Catholic charities in Mexico and various other places.
Wow.
Red Cross are coaching these people to tell Border Patrol what they need to tell them when they get to the border, what to tell the other Catholic charities once they get here. And if they lie and say that they have a sponsor in this particular city at this particular address, what they do is they fly them there. And Catholic Charities was paying for it.
Wow.
I love how the mayors, if it's not Mayor Adams of New York, it's Brandon Johnson of Chicago. It's the other Johnson in Colorado. He's the mayor of Denver, Colorado. And then there's Karen Bass, who's the mayor of Los Angeles. All are on the same talking points.
Okay.
Oh, it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
Yeah, she was saying that
And
too.
technically, they're right. It's not their fault. It's the Biden administration's fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's bigger than them. I say it's bigger than them. Mayor Adams
is bigger than us. When you have the president that's allowing planes that are being flying people in from other countries, they're flying them in. They don't have to necessarily just walk across the border. And the only thing that the American public is being told is about the number of people that are walking across the border that are not coming in through ports of entry. They're not including the numbers that the
that's not going
president
through
is
the
allowed
border.
to fly in.
Wow.
It's greatly the number that they're projecting and that they're telling the American public is a lot more.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of it is covered up and hidden. Like
It
you
is
said,
covered.
we can't see who's flying in. Nobody knows that. Like if they fly directly from Mexico to New York or to Houston, Texas, or Los Angeles, now they saying they're busting them into Los Angeles. Mayor Adams was trying to say that because I guess the mayor, it's a black female. She's the first black female mayor, and so that is
Karen Bass.
Okay. And they said the day she got, how long has she been in office right now? She just got in office, must be.
I think all of these particular mayors have been in office around about the same time. It's been about 2 years.
All right, because they said the second she got in office, they start busting them into Los Angeles.
And see, the thing is, and which is the unfortunate part about it, and a lot of people say, well, we're just going to vote them out. And that's fine, vote them out. But at the same time, the damage has already been done. They've served their purpose. Even as a one-time mayor, they've served their purpose. You know, we'll fly the illegals into your cities. All you have to do is pacify the people, pass the buck. Even if you get you get thrown out of office, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a book deal. We're going to slide you some money under the table by giving you little stockings. And they're going to be walking away with millions of dollars. This whole entire thing is nothing about moving people. It's about the Democratic Party staying in power, and it's about laundering money.
Yeah, somebody said in the chat, follow the money. You say your mom taught you that, follow the money, yeah.
You always got to follow the money.
Yeah, because they could stop this if they want. And then even on the Breakfast Club, they were saying, the lawyer was saying that they could stop this, that they could stop this, but they letting it go on, this migrant crisis.
Oh, here's something I want to read to you. Okay. This is actually from an interview in January that Obrador, who was the president of Mexico, did this interview on 60 Minutes back in January. He's basically blackmailing the United States. Okay? Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, they call him AMLO in Mexico.
AMLO.
Okay? He warned on Sunday during an interview with 60 Minutes that unless the United States complies with Latin America's request for aid, the tide of migrants will continue.
Whoa, say that again?
He says that unless the United States complies with Latin America's request for aid, the tide of migrants will continue.
Wow.
Well, I'm not done. It gets better. Let's see. Obrador issued a series of demands for what the United States must do to stop the flow of migrants to the border, ranging from sending Latin American countries $20 billion in aid a year to granting some level of amnesty to illegal immigrant workers in the United States.
Wow.
I'm just kind of scrolling through the rest of it. It said that the migrant population, crossings went down in January. It started to go back up in February. Let's see. Let me go down here.
Well, they couldn't beat December 2023. I'll tell you that much. They couldn't beat them numbers.
The woman that conducted the interview, her name was Alfonsi, noted that Obrador demands for the U.S. to send $20 billion a year to Latin American countries, lift sanctions on Venezuela, end the embargo in Cuba, and legalize millions of Mexicans that are living in the United States.
Wow.
And the woman says to him, if they don't do these things, what do you think then what's going to happen? And he turns around and he says, if he doesn't do what we're asking him to do,
we're going to keep bringing
the
them in.
flow of migrants will continue.
Wow.
This is the president of Mexico saying this.
Wow. So this is almost like blackmail.
Yes. What they're basically figuring is if the United States can send all these millions of dollars to Ukraine, into Israel, that they can give it to South and Central America. And you know doggone well, if the United States starts peeling off any more billions than what they're already giving to Central and South America, you know that the cartel is going to take it. You know that the corrupt politicians in these countries are just going to put it in their pocket.
Yeah, they're going to take it.
And guess what? The minute they start giving them money, they start putting them in their pockets. Guess how that money is going to get back into the United States?
How?
The money is going to get back into the United States in the form of NGOs.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Non-government organizations.
That's true.
What do
That's
a lot
true.
of these non-government organizations do?
Yeah.
They donate to political parties.
That's true. Wow.
It's going to go right back into the hands of the Democratic Party.
That's crazy.
The same thing happens with BLM. Everybody's like, oh, you know, you have these liberals that jumped on the bandwagon with BLM and started giving all this money to BLM. And the only black people who got money from BLM was the people that were running it.
Wow.
Arc Blue was the accounting agency for BLM. Arc Blue donated money to the Democratic Party. $30 million went to Joe Biden himself.
Himself? $30 billion?
From Arc, $30 million went from Arc Blue to Joe Biden when he was running for president.
Wow. So I see where you're going with this. Yeah, so they like in debt to these people.
They're indebted.
Wow.
And you know, you think you got problems now. We're expecting another 3,000 migrants coming to the border this weekend.
Wow.
At least that.
Wow. And then I got scared because somebody from Venezuela said their country is a country of 30 million people. And they said that at least 8 million people have left the country.
Yeah.
And most of them came to the U.S. I mean, obviously they're in Colombia and other countries, but we know the bulk of them are trying to come to the States.
I mean, there are a lot of people that are coming. I mean, they just had 20,000 people that came from China come across the border. And to make matters worse, they had an illegal Chinese migrant who managed to get onto a marine base in California, and he refused to leave.
Wow.
I mean, how the heck? I've been on plenty of military bases.
You got to show your ID, or somebody has to come get you if you're, you know.
You have to be a contractor, or you have to be the family member of a member of the military to be able to get on a military base. That's how I got on base.
That's true, and I can back you up. I had a cousin in he was stationed in San Diego. And there was all these different protocols I had to do to get on that base. It wasn't like I could just walk on the base. So I don't know how that Chinese guy got on that base.
The only way I managed to get onto an aircraft carrier was because my brother they were getting ready to be deployed down here in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Okay.
And his commander gave him permission to allow me to go on the aircraft carrier.
Wow.
And then, like I said, this Chinese guy, he didn't want to get off the doggone base. Any other time, that man would have been done away with.
Yeah, they don't play that. That's like a breach of security for them. That's a big breach. Big breach of security.
He drove onto the base? And why is it that nobody knows about this?
They suppress a lot of the news.
If he could have gotten onto a military base with a vehicle, that vehicle could have been loaded with explosives.
Yep, that's true.
I mean, it's just getting. When I get off of here, I got to read another story about some migrants being charged with murder in Cleveland, Ohio. I have to finish reading the story about that.
Okay.
But they're saying that the guy had been deported.
Mm-hmm.
They found 3 different IDs. He had 8 different names.
It's getting out of hand.
It's getting out of hand. And like I said, right now it's about 72 degrees in DFW.
Okay.
Okay. You know, it drops down to about maybe 50, about 50, mid-50s in the middle, overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So the temperatures are going up. I mean, it's already April.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've got about 2,000 or 3,000 that are coming to the border this weekend.
Unbelievable.
And to make matters worse, the last time that they had people that rioted down there and pushed the National Guard.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What happened?
The district attorney filed charges against them and arrested them and filed charges against them.
The migrants, they're locked up right now.
The migrants.
Yeah, they said they're not going to let them out.
There was 200 of them that they arrested. They basically charged them with coming across the border illegally.
Mm-hmm.
They charged them with assault of a federal agent and inciting a riot.
Yeah.
We got this silly judge down there in El Paso County ordered them to be released and released on their own recognizance. Can you believe that?
So they released them.
The judge ordered them to be released.
And this is in Texas. This is crazy.
Yes. The district attorney is livid. District attorney in El Paso County is livid.
Wow. Unbelievable.
And the worst part about it, what's the guy's name? The judge's name is Humberto Acosta.
Okay. So he's like Mexican descent or El Salvadorian
Exactly.
Or, one of the countries down there. Nicaraguan. It could be one of them, yeah. Wow.
Like I said, they don't care about the United States. They only care about their race.
Yeah. You said that. You was talking about that. You said that. You did.
And like I said, you got Veronica Escobar, who's the Democratic representative in El Paso.
Mm-hmm.
You've got all of these Congress people, and you've got judges and everything else that's down there on the border.
Yeah.
And they do everything possible for these illegals to get off. In fact, the prosecuting attorney that was down in El Paso, she didn't even set bond for them because she wanted them to stay where they were.
Yeah. Because they see what's going on in New York and all that. Wow, unbelievable.
There were some of them that were held in state custody, and then there were some of them, the overflow, were held in federal custody.
Mm-hmm.
And the judge ordered them all to be released on their own recognizance.
Wow.
Now, they could be any place in the United States.
Wow.
Because doggone well, they're not going to show up for their hearing.
No, they're not. They're not.
And the judge is going to have to put out a bench warrant for their arrest.
This is out of control.
If they were willing to kick Border Patrol in the face, perfectly step on the doggone knees of Border Patrol agents, they tried to take away a weapon from one of the National Guards. Another National Guardsman got hit in the face. He got punched in the face.
Wow.
These are dangerous people.
They are. And the funny thing about, not the funny thing about it, that's probably the wrong word to say. The bad thing about this whole situation is they could never pull that off with the Mexican government. The Mexican government would play that. The El Salvadorian government wouldn't play that. Like once you attack their officers, their police officers, their military, they take it to a whole nother level. But the US, we're like so political. We're so political with this.
And the worst part about it, that video of them bum rushing the border went viral.
Yeah.
So what message does that send to the next group of people that are coming up here to try to get to the border?
By any
if
means.
you manage to get in,
Yeah.
if they try to, push you back, just bum rush them.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything.
They're not going to do anything. Even if you go to jail for the night, you'll be all right. They'll let you out.
But what they don't know is Governor Abbott has requested more National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming from South Dakota, I believe.
Oh, South Dakota,
and
okay.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, okay.
And these are the military police of the division of the National Guard. These are special units of the National Guard that are supposed to be coming here.
Okay.
And they're requested 200 of them.
Wow.
And from what I understand, these people are used to riot control.
Okay, so they can handle it better. That's their specialty, so that'll be all right.
I hope so, because I can tell you right now, people here in Texas are really, really upset about this.
Yeah.
Because we feel like our hands are tied.
Yeah, because you can't do anything. Like I said, it's to the point that they're frustrating law enforcement. That law enforcement can't even react like they want to. The military can't really react like they want to. And I don't know what this is.
Somebody had mentioned in the chat about the Texas militia.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Because they're going to handle it a little different.
No, you do not want the Texas militia to go down there.
Yeah, they're going to handle it a little different.
Because it'll be just like January 6th. It'll be a setup. You have the Texas militia that'll go down there. And because they're not going to play with them.
Yeah.
And then the minute, the first shot that gets fired, guess what? Every American citizen that's a part of the militia will be arrested.
Wow.
And then that's going to piss off more Texans.
It's looking bad. Wow, this is, oh my goodness. This is, man, it's like a headache now.
I've got a couple of friends of mine right now that are getting their gear ready.
Yeah, because they don't know what's going to happen. And like you said, it's getting hot. Because you said it's like 70 something in Dallas. So they can travel up in fast packs when the weather is warm. So now the weather is getting warm for them to start coming up.
Yeah, it's not too cold at night. It's fairly cool during the day. But as you get closer to the summer,
they can travel
start
fast.
getting 90 and 100 degrees.
They can travel fast up here. So it's going to be a lot of problems at that border.
Yep.
But I thought that Texas, that y'all had a law now that they made a law, Governor Abbott, that if they come over illegally, they can lock them up.
Supreme Court put a halt to it again.
Oh. And what is their logic in this? They never question the big guys up there on DC. What is their logic to this?
I don't know what their logic is to it. The Supreme Court has put a halt on it, I believe, until, I think it's the 19th. If not the 19th or to the end of the month. They're going to keep playing tag with each other.
Wow. While more people crossing the border, more people sneaking in, more people coming in. Because now, when you had that little riot incident with them, like you said, what is it showing everybody else in South America or China or from the other Asian world or from Africa or India or the Middle East? What is that showing? That's showing us like they're not going to do nothing to you. So more people are going to take the chance because they're not going to do nothing to you. They're not even going to lock you up if you hit them.
Because you're going to have some progressive judge or other politician or somebody else that's not going to do anything about it.
But what about the military? What about the police officers?
The police officers, our hands are tied. One of the things that some of the police departments in the local, that are toward the border, they're like, well, we don't know whether we can handle the influx of it, the people, and where we're going to put them if we do arrest them. We don't necessarily know what the protocol is. And it makes me angry because it's like, stop being cowards.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got to chain them to a, lock them up to a chain link fence.
This is crazy.
What they should do, all these doggone Texas millionaires down here need to get together and build a private prison.
And they can put them there.
And allow the people in Texas to buy stock in those prisons. For the people in Texas to recoup their money. And no remittance out of the state of Texas, and tax it heavily. Any money that leaves the state going out of the country gets heavily taxed.
Wow.
And I guess DeSantis must have flipping heard me because he wants to pass a bill in Florida to do exactly that.
The copycat state.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Who can outdo who first? Wow.
Because there would be enough money to pay for a border wall if they turn around and they did that. It wouldn't be at the taxpayer's expense because a majority of that money that leaves the United States going out of the country is drug money.
That's true.
I mean, let's not talk about the 4,700 people that came through across the border in Vermont.
You said
4,700 people came across the border out of Canada, illegal aliens into the United States.
Oh, they're not worrying about the northern problem. They're worrying about that southern border.
Yeah, but
that's a lot of people.
You've got New York, you've got Vermont, you've got New Hampshire, you've got Maine. Look at all of the northern borders. The only person who's trying to do anything about it is Kristi Noem.
Wow.
She says because they're bringing drugs across the Canadian border into the United States through the Indian reservations.
That's crazy. And the news don't even cover that. They don't even talk about the northern border situation coming through Vermont. They don't even. Everything is Texas, Arizona, California.
Yep. Well, if we don't talk about it, then nobody will pay any attention to it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all about spell work. It's all about magic. Pay attention to the right hand because we don't want you to know what the left hand is doing.
Left hand is doing. I was going to ask you too. New Mexico. Obviously, they have a border too, but you never hear anything about New Mexico.
They don't want to. They're not gonna publicize anything coming out of New Mexico because of the fact that Mexico is a blue state.
Okay. New Mexico is a blue state. Okay. Because you never hear nothing.
You have New Mexico, and right above New Mexico is Colorado. That's just the corridor right up to the middle of the United States.
You hear nothing. Crickets the whole time.
You hear nothing but crickets.
Crickets out of New Mexico. Because I'm like, the last time I checked, they was connected to Mexico too, the Mexican border.
Yes.
But you don't hear zero crickets.
You don't hear a sound out of them.
If you wasn't.
Why? Because they won't allow any news to get into the mainstream news or the local news and stuff of that nature in New Mexico. Why? Because you get a lot of those small town mayors and stuff that are being paid off by the cartel.
Wow.
And you get places like Albuquerque. I heard Albuquerque is rough.
I've been there. I've been through Albuquerque. I've been there before. Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a rough. They give you right by that.
And why? Because the cartels are allowed to do whatever they want.
Yeah, I'm like, man, they act like that place don't exist on the border. I've never heard nothing about it.
I love when I make the comparison of New Mexico and not saying anything. because they're bought off by the cartels for the most part. It's Breaking Bad.
Wow, this is
Yep.
this is out of control. This is out of control.
You know, it's just to the point where it's just like, what do you do? You know, as private citizens, there's nothing we can do.
They might have to go to Washington, D.C. and protest there to let them know how they feel about this.
You know, you get behind your city council, and I know I beat this like a dead horse.
You got to keep doing it until they get it, because a lot of Americans don't get it until it's like almost too late,
Well,
and then they like want to do these drastic things. I'm like, we've been talking about this forever.
You know, we got to get them. The only way that people are going to start realizing what's going on is to get the message out, and the only way that that message is going to get out is through social media, because the mainstream media is not telling people what's going on.
They're not. And
when you have American citizens that don't even realize that we've got a problem at the border.
I was like, golly, you must live under a rock. They must live under a rock.
You got to tell your brothers, your sisters, your grandpappy, you know, children in the womb. You got to tell everybody.
Yeah. So they can see what's going on. Wow, this is
That is the only way that this word is going to get out to people. They may not want to hear it. They may not like it, but they can't say they weren't told.
Yeah, that's true. That's true indeed.
You know, I mean, I know there are some people that are in my circles, my very small circles, that like they don't want to have anything to do with me anymore.
They like she's saying.
And I tell them, and I tell them, I said, well, you know something, you don't want to listen to me. You come talk to me when you lose your job.
Yeah. When the situations get do or die, you're like, okay. She was telling me months ago, a year ago, she was telling me this. So this is out of control.
Or why is it that you can't go out here and find a job unless you're speaking Spanish?
Yeah, this is out of control.
And even the job numbers that Biden always touts that, oh, the unemployment is down, and unemployment ain't down. Unemployment is up. Why? They don't tell you how many companies are laying people off. They're getting ready to lay off millions of people in California, and nobody is saying jack about it.
Wow.
Why? Because I believe come the end of the month, the minimum wage goes up to $20 an hour. And you're already starting to get some of these fast food places that are laying people off because they're not going to turn around and pay somebody $20 an hour to flip a burger.
That's a lot of money if somebody flip a burger. They get overtime. Yeah, they ain't gonna do that.
No, they ain't gonna do that. And let me tell you something. If I can find it.
Well, they'll let you be a part-time worker.
Company. Oh, where is it? I got so much crap. Miso Robotics. Try to remember that name if you can. Miso, like in miso soup. It's
okay, Miso Robotics.
It's not a publicly traded company yet.
Okay.
But they've already come out and have prototypes, and they have certain restaurants already that have these robots that all they do, flip burgers and make fries.
The robots do?
Yep.
Wow. So that's going to be...
And like I said, right now, it's not a publicly traded company, so I can't buy stock.
Yeah, but I'm remember it. Remind me the second it goes. If you watch it and you see it go, let me know. That's
the
go
stock I want to buy too is lithium refineries.
Maybe text me them too on my phone. The name of it. I'm gonna remember that.
Well, yeah, when I'll text it to you. There's some articles. If you just Google it, it'll bring up articles and stuff about it. But that's all that these robots do is make. In fact, I think one of the robots, they call it Flippy, and that's all he does is flip burgers.
Wow. Technology. Wow.
And like I said, it's not just companies like that are going into robotics to flip burgers. I mean, you got to the point now that there are some, like McDonald's, that they only do drive-through, and like DoorDash, they don't allow people. They don't even have like places to be able to have people to come in and sit anymore.
Wow. The world has changed. The world is changing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Is that me or you?
Yeah, I was going to try to put it in the chat if it'll allow me.
Okay.
My computer is acting crazy for some reason.
Yes. Wow.
I just think that, excuse my paranoia, but the government's after me again.